Hey people. I have done this video in the past, but I'm doing a new version of it because that was about 6 months ago when I was new into Forex, still finding my way, and I was a little naive on what worked and what didn't. I've done, months and months of research at this point, and I am officially a Forex investor. I'm not a Forex trader, but I do have somebody that trades for me. And I have a strategy that other people do and that I'm going to do too. So I'm going to get into all that. This video is very informative. This video is going to teach you how Forex makes you money. This is going to teach you about how to make money with Forex signal so that you don't have to know how to trade. You can have experts trade for you. This is also going to teach you the concept of how Forex can exponentially grow your account, because a lot of people don't know that part. And then this is also going to teach you training that I recommend, like a new version of training that I recommend, signal companies that I recommend, strategies to where if you just, everybody, like Forex is not hard, don't get me wrong, but Forex ain't for everybody to be trading because everybody is just it takes emotional discipline, and everybody doesn't have that. And some people have it and it may be meant for them one day, but they still want to earn money while they're learning on a greater scale than just like $40 a week. So, and then losing $0 a week. Like, in other words, trading on using your own money to trade on their own. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to use your own money to trade on your own. There's other options out there for you, which is the signals. A lot of people say signals. Some signals are good, some signals are not. But you have to understand, like, Forex is very new to our generation, like the 18 to like 30 generation, especially with Black people and minorities. So, with that being said, there's a lot of egotistical people who just think they know everything about Forex and know what the right way to do it is because that's what they did years ago, and they think that, if you're not doing it that way, you're not a true Forex investor, and they look down on you. So don't let nobody tell you that you can't use signals, because you can. Okay, you just got to find good signal companies, and that's what this video is going to explain. I have a lot of people that ask me on a weekly basis about Forex, and so this video is another version of that so that you can get everything you need to know and prepare yourself. And then anything that you don't believe me telling you, you can do on your own to just verify so you know that it's real. Most of the people that are watching this video have never even heard about Forex before. So I'm going to try to teach you as much as I can in a very easy I'm all about being user friendly and making stuff sink in the first time. I'm not trying to, a lot of people like to like I said, it's this big ego game where everybody wants to be the top trader of the year. So they don't give you a lot of information. You know what I mean? They'll teach you like the basics, but they don't teach you how to win. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. So Forex stands for the foreign exchange. So this part I'm about to teach you is just kind of like a quick overview of, not an overview, but a quick introductory, so that when I tell you how Forex makes you money, it'll start to kind of make sense and be real for you. Because I don't want somebody else to show you this stuff and then you're like, she never explained that. Now I'm intimidated. This is don't let Forex intimidate you version 2. You have Forex, and it stands for the foreign exchange market, which you've probably heard before. Stock exchange, foreign exchange. It's one of those big secrets for years where all the people just wanted to keep all the money, so they didn't tell anybody about it. It's sad. Like, I'm gonna put it to you like this: the main way that banks make money with your money to be able to give you loans with other people's money, like, a lot of people don't know this about banks. Banks tell you there's $1,000 in your account, but there really isn't. They're using that money and they're investing with it, and they are lending you. They're basically putting back money that they've earned earlier than that, and crediting or giving it to you when you take it out of an ATM. So with that being said, everybody wants to know, what are they investing it in? They're investing it mainly in Forex. So a lot of people don't know, and this is why a lot of people don't know, because the banks don't want you to do this on your own, because you're not going to need them anymore. For savings accounts and investments accounts, Governments do it as well. Um, they invest our tax dollars. So, banks and governments tend to have the biggest hold on the market. Any good trader is going to, I won't say any. There are some good trading that you don't necessarily need to know this, but it's good to know the patterns of when the banks pull out their money and when they don't, so that you can be aware of it. Um, so so that you don't, so you can benefit from it and not lose from it. So Forex deals with currency. Foreign exchange deals with currency. And you're probably thinking, oh, so if I buy $10 worth of Great Britain pound and it goes up, then no, that's more so traditional, just holding money in an account. Um, Forex is different. Forex deals with pairs, currency pairs against each other and their conversion rates. So the U.S. dollar against the Great Britain pound, or the euro against the U.S. dollar, or uh, the U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen, right? So you're going to see this a lot. That's not important right now. People like to teach you the basic boring stuff, and that's really not important right now. But you're going to see that a lot. So this is TradingView. First off, TradingView is a great place to look at the market. It's free. You can look at any currency pair. Hey, you can even trade Bitcoin against the U.S. dollar with Forex, which is pretty cool. You can trade gold. So I want to just show you guys this chart. I'm not about to get into the technicalities of all of this because that's not what I'm here for, and it's not really that important. I don't care what anybody says. So you have the euro against the US dollar. Actually, I want to go to a different one. I want to go to a different one. Where is it at? Currencies. I want to go to USJPY. Okay. So, come on, baby. Come on, baby. All right. So, this is generally what charts look like, okay? You have the pair at the top corner, USD JPY, right? And then you have all these charts, the up and downs. These are pretty much the ups and downs of the currency. So the number is, you see where it says buy and sell. This number right here basically is the conversion rate, is the conversion number for the pair. So this basically means that for every dollar you spend or every dollar you have, you're gonna get $112 Japanese yen. Okay, so I'm gonna give you another example just so it starts to sink in. I'm big on comprehending things. Knowledge is cool, but if you can't comprehend it, what you memorize, it don't mean jack. So then there's the euro dollar. So that means for every dollar you have, for every euro you have, you're gonna get $1.18. Okay. So the last currency on the right is this price, and it's saying that for that price, you'll get one of what's in the front. I'll give you one more example just so you comprehend. I'm sure you kind of get it by now, but I just want to make you guys comfortable and familiar. Then you have the U.S. dollar against the Great Britain pound, right? So this means that for every $1, am I saying this right? For every £1 you have, you're gonna get $1.34. That can't be. Give me 1 second, guys. Great Britain pound. Intermission. Okay. Okay. That's right. That's right. Because I'm like, I know that the US dollar isn't worth as much as the Great Britain pound. That's right. I had it confused. I had it backwards. I'm sorry. Yeah. So everything I was saying was right. Don't mind that intermission. Because I double checked this before I started this video, but then I had to triple check. So yes, the left, the number on the currency on the right side is the price. The currency on the left side is what you're gonna get, or what it takes to get the currency on the right. So for example, I'm gonna say the same one more time. For every one Great Britain pound you have, you're gonna get $1.34. That's all that means. Okay, so Forex deals with pairs. So this number basically, like this chart right here, is just showing you since from November 2016 up until December 2017. This is how the market is. This is literally like when you go to an exchange store and you try to exchange your money in November, you would have got, for one Great Britain pound, you only would have got $1.26. Now, for every dollar you have, you're gonna get. I'm sorry, every pound you have now, you're gonna get $1.34. All right. So this is the foreign exchange market. All right. So yeah, that I just wanted to get you guys comfortable with that. Now you feel kind of like a guru already because you know how to read the chart. You don't feel good. I don't feel good. All right. So, like I said, this isn't about how to trade. This is about how Forex makes you money. So I'm not gonna get in techniques on how to make money using it, but I'll just put it like this: people that don't let this intimidate you. People that read the charts, right? They know the patterns of the chart enough to make a profit. So, because how Forex works is you make money when you predict accurately. And let me see if I'm using the word prediction right. Just roll with me, guys. Don't just take deep breaths. Don't just prediction. Predict. Say or estimate. Okay. I guess you could say estimate. Because I don't like to use the word prediction a lot of times because people take that and run with it and they're like, oh my God, it's a gamble. And it's like, you can gamble with it, but that'd be really stupid. Roughly calculate or judge. Okay. But yeah, like this is the thing. I don't want to use prediction because a prediction means you're estimating. Estimating isn't an accurate way to explain because this is saying roughly calculate. With Forex, if you're a good trader, you're not roughly doing any calculations. Everything is precise. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it's not really a prediction. You're making an accurate assessment. Okay. I guess this is really gonna help you guys. Don't let nobody tell y'all Forex is a gamble. If you don't know what you're doing in your game and you're just making guesses, then you're gambling. But Forex is not a form of gambling at its core assessment. The evaluation, estimation of the nature, quality, evaluation. Evaluation is better. This is important, guys. Evaluation, the making of a judgment about the amount. Okay, that's yeah. Assessment is a better word because assessment is saying the evaluation of, and an evaluation is making a judgment. So this is better. This is better than just making an estimate because estimate means rough. So guys, I just want you to calm down. And I know this video is gonna kind of go up and down. I'm not here to pretend I'm like a guru. This is Aisha, okay? Just rock with me on this. I know what I'm talking about. I prefer to teach this way. It just works for people and it works for me. Helps you calm down. I don't want you guys to take this too seriously because Forex is not a trend. It's not like Bitcoin where the price goes so high you can never make money off anymore until it goes back down. Forex, I just want to remind you guys, Forex is always going to be here. Don't try and quit your day job for this shit. Forex is always going to be here. Okay? And at the rate that you can make money in like 3 months, when I show y'all what you can do in 3 months, y'all will understand what I'm talking about. Don't be in no rush, okay? Stuff like this is important. with that being said, let's get back to it. So with Forex, when you make accurate assessments of what the market is going to do, you make money. So, for example, they say, how do you make accurate assessments? How do you know? Well, there's technical analysis and then there's fundamental analysis, okay? Technical analysis is basically looking at the charts solely, understanding how the charts show what I know is like it's hard to read now. And then fundamental is when you read the news. Most people do a little more technical and then a little bit of fundamental, especially nowadays. So I bet you're wondering, like, okay, I really want to know, what do you mean? Like, okay, I get it. Okay, so for example, we'll go back to the lie. All right, we're gonna zoom in. Come on. Oh, I zoomed in for real. All right. Oh, I see what it's doing. All right. I mean, am I tripping? Because I know you can zoom in on this joint. Not like that. I don't know. This is a new MacBook, guys, but it's supposed to like let you. When I use my desktop, I can kind of like zoom in, and it'll only show like this day. Okay, I think I did zoom in. Oh crap. There we go. Okay, so this is 1 hour. Let's do 4 hours, right? Well, let's do 2 hours. Okay. So this is December. This is the 1st of December. This is right here. You see where it says December? And this is up until today, right here. 13. Alright. So I'm gonna make it real simple and then I'm gonna move on. Okay. Basically, at the most fundamental way or most basic way of explaining how you can read a chart and know without using what's called indicators, and I'll get to that in a second. A trader is going to say, they're going to start marking up their charts. They're going to start doing stuff like this, right? Because they're going to note what you're supposed to look for are like patterns. Because history tends to repeat itself. I want y'all to remember that. When it comes to the foreign exchange market, history repeats itself. Okay? And like, for example, look at this, right? See how every time it dropped down to this number, it dropped down every time it dropped down to $1.34. You see over there it says $1.34. Every time it went down, it shot back up. Every time it went down to that number, it shot back up. Every time it went down to that number, it shot back up. So, is it clicking now, guys? So a trader is going to spend hours looking for all these. It's fun at first because if this is what's gonna make you some money, I'm gonna show you how much bread you can make. It's not about how much you will make when you do it. It's not one of those, because with Forex, the market, you make money when the market goes up and when it goes down. So long as you know how to make that money, or that trader that's trading for you or giving you signals knows how to make that money, then you will have a consistent success rate. You know, you can't have a bad year unless you're just doing something wrong. Okay, and if you don't believe me, don't believe it. See that? All right. So a trader is gonna say, every time it went. So basically, a trader is gonna say, okay, I see right here that twice it went straight down after it went to $1.33. And then there it goes again. So you say, okay, here's the most current point right here. So you're gonna tell a trader tells themselves, when it gets back down to 133, I'm gonna put a trade in saying that the market is going to go down. You see what I'm saying? So they use a combination of that, and then they use what's called indicators. So indicators are different things that help you. They're like algorithms that help you, that make their own, that help you make your own predictions, or I'm sorry, assessments, or they make assessments for you that you can use on top of your own assessments, which is called confluence. And then it's just a big word that means multiple proof. Okay. So yeah, that's how Forex, um, and it's just that's how you make the money, um, for starters. So I'm gonna make it a little more real first. So I know you're probably wondering, okay, so if the market went back here on this end, like if this point went right back here, and I said it was gonna go down like it has been doing, and then it did go down, how much money do I make? Let's get to that. So we have what's called pips, okay? All these increments, you see these different increments, these are all pips. So we don't call this $1.34. We call this pips, okay? So when the market goes from 134 to 124, wait, give me 1 second, guys. Who is that? Mm, mm, oops, give me 1 second. Go away. All right. So these are pips, okay? So when the market goes from 134 to 154, it went up 20 pips, okay? So when you hear the word pips, pips is very important because pips is what makes your money. Lots also make you money. I'm gonna get to that next, but pips is what makes you money, okay? It's all about the pips. It's not about how good you are. It's all about how many pips you get every week, every month, every 6 months, every year. How many pips? That determines how much you make. Okay? And then you have what's called lots. Okay? Lots are pretty much like a stock. It's like one stock into a currency pair. And what I mean by that, how it's like a stock, is because the same way if a stock was $10 and you bought 10 of them, you're buying 10. Wait, is it called stock? I took a class on this in high school, and I think it's like if you buy 10 of them, you're buying 10 stocks, right? Something. I'm sorry. That's not important. The important is comprehending the math of it all. When you buy 10 of this stock, you make more money. And you're probably asking yourself, okay, just give me the comprehension on that now. Because if you bought one stock, right, and it went up to from $10 to $20, you made $10. But if you bought 10 stocks for $10 and it went up $20, you made 20 times 10. I like to do the calculator because I don't want y'all to just be reminded that you don't know mental math that good. It's always here. 10 times, I'm sorry, 20 times 10. I know it's 200, but that's not why I'm doing this. All right. So you make more. Okay. Now here's the thing: you really only made $100 because you had to put up 100. Now when you put up more lots, they're called lots in Forex. When you put up more lots, now I know you're probably like, "Are we investing in a stock with Forex?" No, I'm just trying to give you, if you know how stocks work, then that is a way, as a parallel way to understand. In essence, what I'm saying is, the more lots you buy, the more money you make. Okay, So now the good thing about that is, like I said, you had to put up $100 and you made 100. Oh, I take that back. No, that's not important. I was about to say something that wasn't true. Now, oh no, I'm sorry. I don't take that back. See, I gotta stop second guessing myself sometimes when I explain things, cause I be knowing what I'm talking about. That's why if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not gonna make a video about it. I'm not about to say it. So what? Why do I second guess myself? So when you buy $100 worth of stocks if you buy $10, if you buy 10 stocks, you buy 10 of these $10 stocks and they go up to $20, your stock is worth 200, right? But you really only made 100. And you're like, why? Because you literally had to put your money up for that stock. Okay? That money you made on that stock, that money you spent on that stock is gone. You don't get that money back. Okay? So it's not like you can take out 200. No, you literally gave the market $100. Okay? So when you gave the market $100, they spent it, you don't get that back. So in essence, when that market went up 10 $10 and you bought 10 of those, the total, put it like this. When you bought 10 of those stocks at $10 and it went up $10, it's at $20, right? But let me see what I'm trying to say. But it went up, the value of your stock is 200, but you really only made 100 because you spent the first $100. Okay, you don't get to say, oh, I bought 10 stocks, let me take it back out, right? Am I right on that? If I bought $10 worth of stock today, I couldn't take it out. Maybe I could. I think I could, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had to go way back to high school. I'm sorry. You you made $100, and yes, you get to keep that $100 that you made first, because that $100 went into stock, so you spent it on a certain value that you can take back out, right? Is that right? Think about this with me, guys. If I bought $10 of a stock and I put it in an account, when I make $10 and because the stock increased to $20, my account is now at $20. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna cut that out. Just relax. I just want y'all to relax, guys. Just my style of explaining things is laissez-faire. Um, all right. So back to lots. So again, let's just do a refresh because we kind of went off on a tangent. Pips are going to determine how much money you make as well. Did they really do that to me? Tips are going to determine how much. This is so whack. They want me to sign in. Pips are going to determine how much money you make, and then so are lots. Okay? Pips are another word for explaining the price of that currency pair, the conversion of that currency pair. If the price goes up from 134 to 154, that's 20 pips. Okay? Then you have lots, which are like stocks. The more lots you buy, the more money you make. And I explained it with the stocks. If you buy more stocks, then even if that stock only went up $10, you're still gonna that it's gonna be $10 times how many stocks you had, as opposed to buying one stock and then it goes up $10 and you only made $10. Okay, it's the same way with lots, and I really want that to sink into your head, guys. Just be comfortable with that. That's just it is the way it is. Okay. So I'm going to use an example. So you're probably wondering, what's the difference between lots and how does lots make you money and pips make you money at the same time? Okay, so we're going to use an example. All right, we have the Great Britain pound against the US dollar. And I'm going to use this chart just to make it more real for you guys. Last time I explained in version 1, I just made it real hypothetical, but I really want you guys to feel like you are a part of this now and you know this now, okay? So right now the current price is 134, so we're going to use that as an example. And all right. So with lots, okay? Lots determine how much money you are going to make for every pip that you earn, okay? Now, generally speaking, right, if I'm not mistaken, if this went up to 154, that's 20 pips, as opposed to like if it went up to there's a method to my madness, guys. Watch this. As opposed to saying, oh, if it went up 234, it went up 1 pip. You see what I'm saying? The $1 is actually multiple. If it goes up to $2, it's actually multiple pips. For different pairs, I think there's only like, I think with the Japanese yen, with the JPY, it stands for Japanese yen, I think the pip is at the third decimal. In other words, if it was at 103 and then it went up this is important information to know, guys, and then it went up 1.304, it went up 1 pip. But with most, okay, but with most pairs, it's the second decimal, which is why I said when it went up 154, it went up 20 pips, okay? So for another example, if it went up 135, that's 1 pip. See what I'm saying? 1 pip. So lots determine how many lots you buy determines how many dollars or cents per pip you are going to make from that accurate assessment. Okay? So this is important to know. I just want y'all to grasp this basic information I'm giving y'all. Okay? A lot can be 1, it can be 0.1, it can be 0.01. The lowest it can go is 0.01. You can't get any lower than that. Okay? But you can have 100 lots. You can have 500 lots. You can have 1,000. So, but the smallest you can have is 0.01. Okay? Don't let this discourage you. Okay? 0.01 lot is going to cost you a certain amount of money. Okay? 0.01 lot is going to cost you $1. Okay? This is just basic general information to get you comfortable so that you feel competent, okay, in a certain amount of things. If you go on, let me show you right now. Udemy. If you go on Udemy and type in Forex, because I've taken a Udemy course before. I don't remember which one it was. But don't pay $15 for that. Please don't. If you go on Udemy and you get a free beginner's Forex strategy, how to trade breakout strategies, be able to use risk reward effectively, understand supply and demand trading, which is what I showed you with the whole patterns with the lines. Now they're gonna just move in, just get in my way. But like here, that's supply, that's demand. Okay. Um. So I don't want y'all to think I'm not teaching y'all that, and these corporate people are gonna teach y'all. They're teaching y'all the same thing. But I just like to make it user friendly because like sometimes it can be really intimidating learning this stuff, especially when you're learning a beginner's strategy for free. You think, oh, you didn't learn anything, but I'm telling y'all, what y'all need to know, I'm about to show y'all. Especially if you don't want to trade yourself. You don't. I know it might be good to do. Try it. You might like it. But I'm not spending. If you like the people that really make money with forex, like when I say really make money, I mean like 10,000, like 1,000 people make like 1,000 plus a week. No. I'm sorry. People who make on average 1,000 a week. Sometimes they may make 6,000 in 3 days. It all depends. But people who make an average of 1,000 a week or more, which is pretty common. I totally had a brain fart. Oh my god. Anywho, let's get back to this. So, I'll probably remember it later. So, with that being said, don't let this stuff intimidate you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all this, don't think you're about to learn some big secret, like, deep stuff. It's really not that hard. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go back to this example. I know y'all all probably like, oh, what was the French people doing? I don't remember. I don't remember what I was supposed to say. Um, okay, so, but I'm telling you, everything that I'm teaching y'all, unless I stop and say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. And the only thing I said that about so far was something that wasn't even Forex, it was stocks. I know what I'm talking about with Forex. I really don't know the ins and outs of stocks, but I understand the basics of stocks. With if you buy 10, you make more than if you only bought one. That's probably as much as I remember, aside from anything else that's more complex than that. Um, but Forex, I know what I'm talking about. So don't get discouraged by this video, okay? Like, I've taken Udemy course. I think it was this one. No, it definitely was longer than an hour. Nonetheless, taking courses. I've taken this course. I'm about to show you right now. Just so y'all know, I ain't tripping. Wall Street Academy. Isn't that what it's called? Wall Street Academy. I changed it up. Okay. We have the largest collection of courses. Let me see. Power Economics. This is not Power Economics. This is not Wall Street Academy. Okay, hold on. William. Just bear with me, guys. Just read easy because I know it's exciting. And if I told you what I told you, you're going to want to watch this video to the end. If I told you initially to watch this video, 9 times out of 10, I told you people pretty much make a lot of money from this consistently for a living. Like, this is not a game. So just nothing worth having comes quick. So just calm down, guys. Take a deep breath. Quillen Black Wall Street Academy. Anything I'm telling y'all, I feel is important for y'all to know. WSAtraining.com. All right. Okay, so it's pretty much the same. So yeah, I had this training. I got about halfway through it until because I'm a spiritualist. Like, I do readings. I get readings. A lot of y'all know this about me, and the the spirit that reads me, she I know that sounded weird. It's not important, but I'm just telling y'all this is what I follow. She told me to not trade while I'm in school. So I was in school. I was doing this course. Costed or it costed whoever gave it to me $500. It's a good course. It's not worth $500. Um, but people really just pay that money for the confidence, because like this man, when I tell you this man, maybe we should have a little intermission because this is important. Like, I want y'all to see this. Q thanks. All right. This is a man. Okay, he's a very successful trader, one of the greatest traders in Florida, right now, especially black and young. Okay, that's his little girlfriend, and that's his Beamer. And 3 years ago he was broke, in college, working like an $8 hour job. I'm about to show y'all this one right here. I like to show my friends this one. Okay, this is how much he made in 1 week, and all he was trading was five lot trades. Okay, which ain't yet. And at his level, he really could be trading more than that and still be within proper risk, meaning he still could make it back if he lost a little bit or lost a certain amount. He wouldn't blow his account. But like a lot of people that get like successful like him, they tend to like plateau. When they tend to compound their money, which is when you trade more every amount. When your amount grows, the more your amount grows, the more you trade, so you make more. You exponentially grow your account, and they tend to do that when they first start. They become very successful, make about $100,000 in a year or whatever, right? Or in 6 months or whatever, right? And they get really successful. They start opening up training businesses, signal businesses, and then they plateau, meaning they don't trade any more than a certain amount. So as you can see, he had a two. This is the lot number. Any number right here. This is when you're reading this is two lots, right? 5 lots. Okay. So I think the most he's ever traded from what I've seen is like 10 lots. But he doesn't do it often. So they stay within a certain range. Me personally, I recommend compounding and exponentially growing your account more than you consistently trade the same pip. I mean, more than you consistently trade the same lot size. So, now, with that being said, you don't have to do what he does and be conservative. Cause it's like some people ain't trying to be the richest. You know what I'm saying? Like some people ain't trying to be the richest in 2 years. Some people are just happy that they are financially free and they're comfortable and they're making bread. Like he made $30,000 in a week. Okay, so with that being said, some people that's their life. But like I know I got dreams, I got goals. This stuff I want to use this money for. Okay, so I need $1 million in 3 years. Okay, I don't know about him, but I need $1 million in 3 years. Okay, so yeah, compounding your money for years is not bad as long as you're using proper risk management, and I'm going to teach you about that too. So as you can see, in a day he made $1,000. Another day he made way over 100% on in a day or so, almost $4,000. Like, I just want y'all to just catch the dream. I just really want y'all to catch the dream. Like, this man goes to the amusement park, takes pictures with his girl. He posts a lot about his car, but he's a guy. That's what they do when they got bread. And then I want you today, tomorrow, next week, and for the rest of the month. That is so cute. And pretty much just girl in his cars and his money. So then there is a Forever and Profit. This is a group of 3. He's included in this company. But it's 2 other traders. They're pretty successful as well. Oh, it's just 2 now. Okay, whatever. So here's another one. I want y'all to. This is important, guys. I want y'all to just not get discouraged. Is this the only post he has on his page? Why is he doing that? Oh, okay. He changed his IG. I just want y'all to you know, take some time out, go on Instagram and like type in Forex profits. I'm gonna do it for y'all. And I just want you to see that people are doing this. This is the whole world that like has never been shown. And look at these people, minorities, sitting down, eating like 5-star restaurants. I mean, I can't eat a 5-star restaurant right now, but I will. You know, let's see if we can find some profits here. Some big profits, because they're showing profits. Who tagged all these? And they're not even profits. I hate when people mistag, hashtag their stuff. Like, you make it really hard for people to look for what they're looking for. Here we go. Here's a good one. You know, $16,000. Okay. See this. $1,000 off of these little bitty trades. 0.01 lot. Remember I was talking about that? $10,000. Now, who is this cat anyway? You know I'm nosy. Oh, okay. Private investment firm dedicated to bringing our clients consistent and stable recesses in the let's see. I want y'all to be careful though, because there's a lot of scam artists on here that, like, these people you don't really have to worry about, because I've done the research on the best companies as of yet that I've come across. So all this is just, it's not important, because these could be demo. And it is kind of important to be able to spot them. Results from October 1st to November 1st. This is not out of the ordinary, okay, in a month. Like, it's really not. And I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. Let me get to that. I just want y'all to just be happy that you found this. Just be like, thank you, Lord. Let's all take a minute and say, thank you, God. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, God. You have gotten me on a path to financial freedom. And I'm so grateful I have stumbled across this information. I always knew I was going to be rich. I always knew I was going to be wealthy. I always knew I was going to be financially abundant and have financial freedom. And I know that Forex, if I'm still watching it at this point, this video is for me in one way or another, whether I'm trading for myself, having somebody else trade for me, or using signals. Thank you. All right. So, just calm down, y'all. I'm not about to sell y'all a get rich quick scheme. That is not what this video is about. There's plenty of videos out there like that, and they will just get you all messed up. Have you about ready to quit your job? It's crazy. Like, people hit me up a lot. Like, oh, I don't have a job, but I'm about to put up $200. No, get a job and then invest Forex. Forex is always going to be there. Like, okay, so maybe we can find more profits with Forex. I made $720 off the JBP trades. Look, 30,000. $4,000. But don't believe this. See that? That's a scam. Who wants to make $15,000 with an investment of $10,000 in 3 days? It's all a scam. Look, the person that did the review can't even type right. Don't buy it, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you something, okay? And these, because you probably gonna be like, maybe I can find a good a trader for me on Instagram. You might, but I'm gonna tell y'all how to do it even better. So you're gonna go on Instagram, you're gonna start looking, and you're gonna be like, I think he know what he doing. So I'm gonna give him my money. Okay, if you wanna do that, this is what you need to do. Because this is the thing, okay? There's questions you need to ask because they prey on naive people. They prey on people that have no experience in Forex, don't know how to make money, don't know about brokers, don't know how it works. Everything that is going to be explained in this video. People that buy into this stuff, they don't know, okay? Or they're just really in a hurry and being desperate and not being patient, okay? So you have what's called okay, I'm going to show y'all, for example. And I should be able to log in FX. I should be able to log into my account. It don't even matter because I don't need to explain about logging into my account. But you have the login, right? This login, if I log into my account right now, right? This is the broker account. This is where you deposit your money. This is where you receive your money. This is where the money goes when you lose your money. These brokers are companies that want you to lose your money because when you lose your money, the money goes to them, okay? But we need them because they pay us, okay, when we do make money. So if I logged into this LMFX trading broker account right now, I would have access to taking out money, depositing money, but this is the key. I have access to taking out money, okay? So when you talk to these quote unquote account managers, right? And they tell you they can turn $5,000 or $100 into $1,000 in 3 days or a week or whatever, ask them, say, okay, I'm interested. Now, what do you need? Do you need my username and account number for the broker site? And if they say yes, run. Because a true account manager does not need that. And you're probably wondering, why not? You know, they don't need that. They don't need to have this information to trade for you. They don't need your username and password. That's going to let them go into your account, type in their routing number and accounting number, and withdraw all the money you deposited out of your account. That's it. That's how they get you. That's all. Let's see where he go. That's all that this dude is. Okay. Trade with Bishop. Whatever. They're such scams. Like, first off, you have a WhatsApp number. You can turn $1,000 into $15,000 in 7 days, and the only thing you have is a WhatsApp number. You don't even have a website. Shut up. Just shut up. You know, are you in need of Bitcoin? Do you need a loan? You give out loans, but you don't even got a website. Like, don't mind these people, y'all. Like, seriously. What you need to make sure you find a good investor, a trader for you, is an investor. No, I'm sorry. Is a trader. Investor. I'm sorry. I just said it and I talked it again. Is a trader ID and trader password. Okay, nobody needs to be logging into your broker account, period, to trade for you. That's not how you trade. If you're naive, you're going to give them that. There's what's called MetaTrader 4, and it's the platform that you use to trade. Broker is where you deposit your money and where you receive your money or withdraw your money. MetaTrader is where you trade. Okay. So, I wish I could show y'all. See? So, this looks kind of complicated, but it's not. This is just basically the same chart we looked at before. It's just in a different style. That's the price. It's it's euro against the Great Britain pound. If you zoom in, you can see that. And then this is the price how it fluctuates or whatever. This is where you put your trade in. You tell it, I want to sell, I want to buy. I'm going to explain that difference between that in a minute. In other words, I think it's going to go down, I think it's going to go up, and this is where you place that, put in that assessment. How many lots you want. So this is all this is all that account manager needs because this is where they log it into, okay? And this is where they put that trader info and password in, okay? So they can't withdraw money from MetaTrader 4. All they can do is either make money or lose the money. You know what I mean? In other words, all they can do is trade for you. So nobody is in the business to go into your trader account and just make you lose all your money, unless they're just freaking fools. Like that, just ain't nobody making no account to just do that to people. Like unless they have a mental problem. Okay. So that's how you decipher. Like, and you'll be surprised when you ask that question. They'll still tell you. Oh, I remember I asked one guy when I was looking for an account manager, and he was like, "Oh, yes, we need the broker username and password because we need to make a test trade." I'm like, "You fool! You don't need you can't make a trade. Period on the broker account." I was like, "Goodbye," and I blocked them. So don't mind these people, okay? Um. So here's another really successful um trader in Florida. 7,400 USD deposit turned into $35, 35,000 in 1 week. He did it too. This is back in October. Netted 27,000, made 7,000, made a $7,000 withdrawal. Um, that's what I call leveraging banks' money, baby. And I withdraw, and I withdrew the deposit to trade and I withdrew the deposit to trade pure profits. In other words, once he made the hold on. Oh, swipe. Oh, okay. I'm like, first of all, it says 12,000, not 34,000. Okay. So after he took out his, you see where it says balance. After he took out his initial amount, like he said, he initially deposited 7,000. He made 35. Took out 7,000. He took out what he started with, and now he's trading purely 27,000. Okay. Like people do this, and it's very, very simple. I posted a video yesterday where I was up 5,000. Well, this is the end result of my trading, and as you can see, he trades higher lots than Homeboy, than Q. He tends to trade $10, 10 lots. I'm sorry, and 10 lots is gonna give you 0.01 is gonna give you 10 lots is gonna give you $100 per pip. So if your trade goes up a measly 5 pips, which happens, it can happen too fast to even really stop it, to even really profit from it. But if it happens slower or whatever, 5 pips, $20 a pip, you just made $500. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, he didn't make more money because he was better at it than people who make less money. He made more money. This is very important, y'all. He made more money because he had more money to put up. Okay. And when he made that money, he didn't lose. It's not like when you buy all this shit and then it's an investment and then you break even. Like you can't break even with Forex. Like, because if your account goes to zero, it never goes into the negative. Um, so you're always only making profit unless you're just blowing your account. But you don't spend your money and then go into the negative. I'll take that back. Yeah, you don't break even. Basically what happens is you start off, like, let's say for example you had this $7,000, right, and you placed $100 trade, 10 lots, right. It'll say what will it say? It won't be a net, it won't be 7,000 minus 100. So you don't have to earn what you pay for back like normal business. This is why it's great. Okay, hope that makes sense, guys. If not, just rewind it. Um, used to only make. So let me just get back to that point again. He's not making more money because he's better at it. He's making more money because he compounded and he grew his account over time with smaller lot sizes that he could afford. And then now he's able to afford to. So, for example, put it like this: yes, 10 pips can make you $10, or it can make you $5,000, or it can make you $10,000. The pip does not only is not the only determining factor in how much money you make. The lots really determine how much you make per 10 of those pips. Okay? So, for example, as you can see, look, this is so funny. Look, all you have to do to find out how many pips it was when you're looking at these profit pictures, guys, is you divide the amount that he made by the lot. So, no, I'm sorry. You divide the amount that he made by the amount that the lot is worth. Okay? And what I mean by that is this lot size is going to give you $100 per pip. So he made $100 for every pip, and it totaled up to 7,000. So this is what you do. I'm gonna show you. This is stupid, because like you don't need 1,000 pips. You don't need 100 pips. You don't need 400 pips to make $1,000. Right? Divided by, oh, let me do this. $7,040 divided by 100. 70 pips. That's it. That's it. That ain't nothing. That's nothing, y'all. Like, when I tell you that's nothing, 70 pips, he can make that in 3 to 5 hours, 1 hour. And now he made $7,000 and you done for the day. 1 hour. Like, I know this sounds crazy to y'all because we broke. What I mean by broke is we're not financially free. We're students. We are people with a dream. We are full-time workers. We are living paycheck to paycheck. We only have $1,000 in our savings account, and we about to spend 500 of it. You know what I'm saying? So this is for people to understand, but I know it's kind of be like, damn, that ain't that. No, yes, y'all. Like, this is what people do. This is why he didn't stop at 7,000. He's like, no, I made that. Look, let's look at the number. So this was at the 15th hour, which is what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is the first trade he did. And then, so 1 o'clock in the afternoon, he made $7,000. And then 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he made $7,000. You see what I'm saying? 3 hours apart, 2 hours apart. That ain't nothing. I want y'all to understand. This is like, when I tell you all, like, so a lot of people I talk to, I told them, like, in one way or another, because I'm a reader. I do spiritual readings. A lot of people are watching this video because they are some of my lovely, lovely, lovely people that I read. And so I don't want y'all to get confused. Like, some people don't do Forex. Like, some people's destiny did not come up and say they're going to do Forex. A lot of them did, you know? So I want y'all to understand, this is why, even though your dream and your destiny seems so great and you wonder why, how am I going to get there? You know, I'm already 25, I'm already 28. Like, I don't have the money. Like, how am I going to save up all this money? What am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then I tell you, oh, it's investing, and it's Forex specifically. You know, then it's like, I'll put it to you like this. People probably want to like, how can most of the people that you read for be doing Forex? Well, think about it. Most of the people that I read for are friends with me on Facebook. So even if I didn't tell them in a reading, they're going to see the money that I make because I'm going to blast the information about Forex all on my page, especially when I start doing it full time or start being an investor full time. So one way or another, they're going to get the information because I like to talk about it in groups, Facebook groups, all that. So it's like, and as you can see, I like to make it very user friendly and like stress free for you. So it's like one way or another, they're going to find out anyway, even if it was just me. So just think about it like that, guys. Don't think this is like far fetched. Like, This is the age of the internet. Like, information is just getting out to everyday people. You know what I mean? Social media. And when we socialize on social media, we talk about these things. So it's a form of networking. It's like indirect networking with people. That do forex. So, don't think this is like not meant for you. Like, yeah, man. Like, you can make this money. He only did 70 pips, and it took him 2 hours to get those 70 pips, and then he made another 70 pips. You see what I'm saying? This is not a game, right? Let me get back to this. I just want y'all, there's a method to my madness, y'all, because all of this is important in building up your confidence. $13,000. One of my most crazy experiences ever trading was making $13,000 in 1 second. Let's see. Well, no wonder. Look, the lot size was 40.
200 deposit, they gave me 100% bonus. So I could trade 44 standards. I didn't trade 44 standards, so traded 40, so I left 4 open for the spread. And this is how much I made in 1 second. That's fucking nuts. 200 deposit, they gave me 100% bonus.
Excuse my French, guys. There might be children watching. Oh, I feel bad because I cussed earlier. Oh my god, if you want to show this to your child, just tell them they're not allowed to say that word. Okay? So think about it like this: 40 lots, right? Is that starting to come make sense to a lot of people? Because the next thing I'm about to just show y'all is just other examples. My own examples. So 40 lots is gonna get you $400 per pip. He made 13,796. Because that's the thing. Depending on the time of the day, depending on the time of the month, the market, that chart that I was showing y'all, right? Do 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 do. So you see this? Depending on the time, like the market is, I want to say the market is it's open, but the market is open, but the euro market is closed. It's just that other markets are open. That's why this number isn't moving drastically, and it's actually on the 2-hour chart. But if you look on the 1-minute chart, let's look at the 1-minute chart, right? You see this? Like, it's just going up. It's going up and down and up and down and up and down. It's not really doing nothing. But when it's during the euro, it's when it's during the London market, which deals with the euro dollar, which is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If we were looking at this between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time, this number would be dropping, like be going doing a lot of stuff. So, put it like that. That's why just 1 second is making sense, y'all. It may have been 5 seconds. They like to exaggerate, but nonetheless, let me see. 13, back to this number. 40 lots is $400 a pip divided by $400. 34 pips. That's even less than the 70. But he made that 13,000 from 34 pips because he had 40 lots, which gave him $400 for every pip. So 34 times 400 is 13,000. See? So if you had $100 account and you only traded 0.01 lot, it's going to give you 10 cents per pip. Y'all, is it making sense? Times 34. Same analysis, same per assessment, same everything. The only difference is the amount of money he put up. $3.40 is all I would have made off of 0.01 lot. But because I had 40 lots, I made 400. Okay. He got the beamer too, as you can see. Mm-hmm. 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 I can pay my own light bill, baby. See. But my own gas, my own God. So look, his one of his friends. For the past few months, I have been strictly posting results of either students of Technical Prosperity, that's his specific individual training, or Forever and Profit, which is his group training with the Q. Okay. I hate to say stuff that confuses people, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Because I'm not here to confuse you and just make you look and think a whole bunch of craziness, like you don't get it. Because I know I'm giving y'all information that y'all might not remember all of, but we were on this website before, remember, guys? So this is Forever and Profit. This is the training company that he's talking about. But he also has his own individual company, because this is with Q. Quillen, we call him Q. This is with Q, but he also has his own. Don't ask me why they do that, because I don't know. So he's just saying, for the past few months, I have been strictly posting results of either students of Technical Prosperity, Forever and Profit, or results from giving out signal winners and losers from Technical Art FX. So Technical Art FX is his signal company. There's better signal companies out there, so I don't recommend it. Better financially as far as how much they cost, and better as far as how many pips they earn. Like they may get like 900 pips a week. Sometimes they get 200 pips a week. It's really inconsistent. So other companies pride themselves on being more consistent. So let's just do the math here. Think about it, y'all. If y'all got y'all account up to $40,000, right? For example, because you're compounding, which I'm going to explain. Then proper risk management says that you should only trade 1% of it, because 1% is going to 1% means if you only trade 1% of your account, that means it's going to take 1,000 pips for you to blow your account. So don't think of pips as just what you make. Pips is what you can lose too. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So, damn it. Excuse my French. Mm, 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 mm. God darn it. All right. So, $400 is going to get you. I know $1 gets you 10 cents. So $400 is going to get you $40 per pip. So if you got 900 pips for the week, and you traded just for $40, okay, so 400, right? $400 is $400. How many lots is $400? Don't get it confused, y'all. I know y'all think y'all know what y'all talking about. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not my point in saying that. But I know y'all think what I'm about to say is, because I said earlier that 40 lots is going to get you 400. This 400 that I'm talking about is different. Because 40 lots will get you $400 per pip, but it didn't cost 400 for that trade. So $1 is 0.01. 0.01 lots cost $1. 0.1 lots cost $10. One lot costs $100. So it's 4 lots. Because if one lot costs $100 and 4 lots cost $400. So let's go. I just want y'all to comprehend this. This is important. So $40,000 times 0.01, which is 1%, is 400. So $400 is going to get you one lot. I'm sorry, $400 is going to get you 4 lots, which is then going to get you $40 per pip. I know this is complicated, but if you're writing this down, all you need to know is that 0.01 lot is going to get you 10 cents per pip, and that 0.01 lot costs $1. So if you're good at math, all you have to do is just get used to increasing that amount. Using you can use a ratio table. I like to use a ratio table. So if $1 is going to get you 0.01 lots, that means $10 is going to get you 0.1 lot. Okay. If hearing this doesn't make sense, just write it down, and y'all know what I'm talking about, and understand how I got to this number, so I don't make y'all think that I'm going over your head. So I really don't want this video to go over anybody's head. So do this again. $40,000 times 0.01 is $400. $400 is going to get you 4 lots. 4 lots is going to get you $40 per pip. So if you did any signal service that was good, and for that week y'all got 900 pips, and all week you just traded 4 lots, you made $36,000 in a week. This is how people do it. This is how people do it, y'all. You know? So, yeah. Which is really dope, you know. So let me go back to Q, Instagram.com/QBanks. Right? That's how he made this $30,000 in a week. Because look at, he was trading mostly 5 lots. So apparently he got around he caught about 900 pips that week. So let's say, 5 lots is going to give you, which he did mainly, is going to get you $50 per pip. So if he made $31,015 and you divide that by 50, he got a 620 lots. Ain't shit. Because like, I'm about to show y'all something. So I know y'all probably up on the up and I'm like, where I gotta get these signals at? Because I'm telling y'all, you're not gonna catch up 900 pips, 600 pips when you first start out. You're just not. And it's not because you can't, not good enough. It's because you're not gonna really want to, because you're not used to it yet. Trade profits. You're just gonna be happy with that 100 you made. Don't tell me they gone. Trade profit. Don't tell me they gone. Okay, so this is a really good trade signal company. See, trading community signals. This company makes consistent amount of pips. So, and then what they do, I'm gonna explain it later. It's gonna kind of complicate y'all, but I just don't want y'all to worry. I'm gonna put it like this. It says third target has been reached with 532 pips. They made 532 pips off of one trade. Now this trade probably lasted for a week, maybe 2 weeks, but they're not just gonna give you one trade. Like, this probably, third targets with this company, from what they've told me, usually last up like a month. So let's say by the end of the month it's got 532 pips, but they give you multiple trades a week. This is just one trade. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, they may have given you this in the beginning of the month, December 1st, right? The first week it hit, it doesn't even say what it hit the first week. But the first week, let's say the first week it hit 100 pips, right? Which is normal. But they gave you 10 trades that week, right? Because you can get multiple, usually it's like multiple trades a day or whatever. Like, I know a really good company called FXLG. Only reason why I don't recommend them is because they trade at 4 o'clock in the morning like crazy. It's so stupid. Because they trade the London market, which you don't have to do. And I'm sorry, I said the London market was 8 to 5 earlier. That's actually the New York market. The New York market is 8 to 5. The London market is like 4 in the morning Eastern time. So, because it's different time, it's daytime over in London. So I apologize about that. Um, but he trades during the London market only. So, uh, he's up at 3 o'clock in the morning making like catching like 500 pips a day. It's crazy. So it's really annoying because I was just like, I didn't know he did that until I paid. And I'm just like, why you put me through that? This company trades the New York market, which is 8 to 5, which is great. Okay. So I'm gonna just drop a jewel and I'm gonna get back to it later. You can get somebody else if you work 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 job. You can get somebody else to trade for you, and you can give them a percentage. Because if they're giving you, this company gets anywhere from like it says, their weekly target is 200 pips, but that's their target, their average weekly target. So don't believe the hype. Like most of the time, they're catching way more than that. Because I've been following them and they don't like to give you big promises. You know what I mean? They want you to be, um, because it puts too much pressure on them to perform. You see what I'm saying? If they know their only performance level is 400 pips or 200 pips for that week, they don't feel any pressure to perform. But if they're telling you, oh, 5,000 or 1,000 pips is our target, then they feel this pressure to get 1,000 pips, and that can affect their performance. So don't believe the hype, because as you can see, they got 4,000 pips. Okay. So our long-term investment idea was published in our Telegram group July 10th. So this was October, July, January, March, August, September, October. So 3 months they made 4,000 pips right off of one trade. I'm about to show y'all something. 4,000 divided by 3. That's 1,000 pips for a month off of one trade. Mind you, they're giving you multiple trades a week. This is just one trade. So imagine the accumulation. So if you divide this month by 4, that trade gave them 300 in a week. So yeah, like they're gonna tell you our weekly target is 200, so they don't have to overperform, or so they don't have the pressure to perform. But like based on talking to them and what I watched with their page, they get anywhere from, like for example, like I said, what's your average weekly target? He said 200. I said, okay, I know your average weekly target is 200, but how many do you realistically average? Like how much do you end up averaging for the week? He said anywhere from 600 pips to 3,000. That's our average. You know. So yeah. They're more consistent than technical artifacts. They're cheaper actually too. This is a one-time payment of 100. Technical artifacts is $120 a month. So this is all important, guys. Okay, just look at the pips. 200 pips, 300 pips, 500 pips, 600 pips. So if you have somebody trade these signals for you, like if you went on Craigslist and hired somebody, or you went on LinkedIn and hired somebody to do this for you from 8 to 5. Let's say you had a $1,000 account. That means with proper risk management, which is 1%, you have $10. $10 is going to get you $1 per pip. If you made 1,000 pips, then you made $1,000. If you give this trader that's trading for you 30%, he just made $300 full time divided by 40, which is $7.50 the first week. Okay. All right, because you're hiring this person and they understand the method to your madness. So now you have $200, $2,000 times. Because you started with 1,000, you made 1,000. So 1% of 2,000, $20. $20 is going to get you 0.2 lots, which is $2 per pip. Next week you make 2,000 pips with this company, trade profits, right? 2,000 times 0.2. Whoopsie. 2,000. What am I saying? 0.24. 2,000 times 2 for $1,000. You give your trader 30%. That's $1,200. They worked 40 hours. They worked 40 hours. They made $30 an hour. That's the second week. Just imagine what's gonna happen if they've been working for you for 6 months, and every time your account goes up, you increase your 1% increases, which means the amount of money you make increases. Y'all following me? So I kind of explained what I was gonna take a long time to explain because I think it's kind of all coming together, which is great. Where was I? Idiot, idiot. You see what I'm saying? So let's say you made the third week, you made less than that. Let's say you made not made less, but let's say the third week you got less pips. Okay, come on. Third week you got less pips. So the first week you started off with 100 or with 1,000. You made 1,000 the next week. Then the second week, you made 1,000 the first week. I'm sorry. And then the second week you made 4,000. Now you have 6,000 the third week. Okay. So let's say, okay, so 1% of 6,000 is what you're going to trade with throughout that whole week. Because again, as long as you trade 1% of what you have in your account, it'll take you a whole whopping 1,000 pips before you can blow your account. Which means, even if, let's say, in the worst case scenario, which won't happen, you trade with trade profits, trading signals, and they lost to negative 200 pips, right? You didn't blow your account. You're not at zero. Yes, you lost money, but guess what? Next week rolls around and then they made 1,000 pips. You made it back then some. So you netted for those 2 weeks. If you lost 200 the first week and then you made 1,000 the next week, you netted 800 for 2 weeks, which is 400 for 2 weeks. But guess what? Next week after that, they gave you a whopping 3,000 pips. See what I'm saying? So don't get discouraged. And then I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about these companies. Like, what happens is you really make more than that because, like, this $240 trade, right, which was the first take profit, has been hit 240 weeks. Take profit basically means like the goal. So you tell the system when it hits 1,000, when it hits 240 pips, take me out. That's pretty much what the first take profit is. So basically, what happens is you can open 3 of the same exact trades. Like, for example, this trade basically said at this number go, or at the okay, this signal basically said the euro dollar with the Australian dollar, which is AUD, the euro with the Australian dollar, go in right now, make your take profit 240 pips, and make your second take profit 300 or 500 pips, make your third take profit 600 pips. So what you do is, and this is just, if you don't get it, you don't get it. You'll get it one day. For the people that are going to get it, you get it. You get it. Okay. So you have 3 different take profits, 3 different goals, 3 different targets. You're going to open one trade and you're going to make that one trade 240. You're going to make the take profit of that one trade 240. Then you're going to open up another trade at the same time, and then you're going to make that trade the second take profit, which is 500. And then you're going to make your third take profit. You're going to open up a third trade, and you're going to make your third trade take profit 800. So when when the first trade hits 240, all three of those trades are going to hit 240 pips at the same time. So you really made 3 times as much. Okay, so it you don't have to do it that way, but that's the reason why a lot of people make so much money with signals. That's why these companies make so much money trading, and that's why they're so good at it, because like when you're making money, you're making good money, you stress free and you just perform better, you know what I'm saying? So that second trade that you open is gonna hit the second take profit, right? That means those last 2 trades, both, because you when you did the first trade and hit the take profit, you close it out, it's done. So you have 2 trades left. The 2 trades, when that second trade hits the second take profit, the third trade is going to hit that third take profit as well. So you secure the second one the second time. So you made twice that amount. So of the second take profit. You see what I'm saying? And then the third is by itself. So let me give y'all a better example. Let me plug in my Mackie. So the one that hit where is it? The one that hit where'd it go? Cause there was a let's see. Let's just go to the one that said 2,000 because that's not bad either. So this is the last take profit. Oh shoot! First take profit has been hit 2,000 pips. Okay, well shit. Excuse my friends. So the first take profit is 2,000 pips, but if this normally they give you 3 take profits. So you open 3 trades. The first trade had 2,000 pips. The second trade had 3,000 pips. The third trade had 4,000 pips. So when this first take profit was hit, and you open up 3 trades, all with the same entry point, that means when the first trade hits 2,000, all three of them hit 2,000. So you secured your first one, and then you leave the second 2 open. Okay, so you've already made 2,000. Now, if the second take profit hits, you make 2,000 again plus the second take profit, which is more, which is like 5,000 pips. So you see what I'm saying? Which in this case would be 3,000 more pips. It would be a total of 5,000. So now, if you lose that one, there's people do it a little differently. Some people do it to where it's different type of risk that you can do, but I'll just make it simple. If that second one doesn't hit, you still made 2,000 pips. You see what I'm saying? Can't beat that. And now, if the second one does hit, you made 2,000 again plus the 3,000 that brought it up to 5,000. So you made 2,000 plus 5,000. Okay, as opposed to only opening 1 trade for all 3 take profits. And then when you hit the first take profit with that 1 trade, you got 2,000. And then when it hit the second, it went up to 5,000. Since you have 2 trades open in this situation, which is what I recommend, you made 2,000 plus the 5,000. At every level that it hit, you secure it. Okay, so if it didn't make sense to you and you really want it to make sense, rewind it. If it makes sense, good. So yes, guys, it's that simple. I know you're like, is that really how it works? Yes. So what I recommend, I'm gonna just give you an example here. Let's say you have $100. I'm gonna just make it more practical for a lot of you. Only trade 1% to 5% of what you have. Really, it should be 1%. Don't let this 5% fool you. That's for experts that trade themselves. This I'm only going to use 1% for these examples. So when you get good at it, or you believe in your signals more, they're being consistent, then you can up your risk management. But I promise you, if you're getting good, consistent pips like these, you don't need to up your risk management any more than 1%. It's just going to stress you out because you're going to make so much money off 1%. It's not even funny. So don't be greedy, especially because you're exponentially growing your account. And I showed y'all earlier how the account exponentially grows, right? Because if you start off with 1,000 and you make 1,000, and if you start off with 1,000, 1% of 1,000 is $10. So if you make 2,000 for that week, you have a total of 3,000. So now 1% of 3,000 is $3. 1% of 4,000 is $4. And then each of these amounts that you're putting in are going to make you more each pip. Okay, that's how your account exponentially grows. Or you could just be boring and just trade one lot size for the rest of your life. Like I don't care, but I'm not because I got dreams. Let's breathe. Um. So what I recommend is you can do it a couple ways. If you have the time on your hands, you can trade from 8 to 5 p.m. every day. I recommend spending the $100, buying the signal service, and growing your account. But most people, they work during the day, so they can't do that, right? Um, so you could say, okay, I got $100. I'll pay for the trades. I'll pay for the signals, and I'll start out with $100 in my account. Because a lot of people turn their $100 into $1,000 in a week or whatever, blah 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 blah. Because they're over risking, they're over leveraging their account. So it's really risky. But I don't recommend doing that. Like I said, Forex is not going anywhere. It's not. Don't be in a hurry. Like, because give it a year, you're going to be making 6 figures, 7 figures. Like, you'll be good. It's not that deep. Okay. So with that being said, if you start off with $100 and you're looking for somebody to trade for you, think about it like this: 1% of a dollar, 1% of 100 is a dollar. A dollar is only going to get you zero point zero 0.01 lot size. It's going to get you a point. It's going to get you 0.01 lot. A 0.01 lot. Okay. That's only going to get you 10 cents per pip. So if you got, let's say you bought trade profits, right? And for the first week, you were trading 1% risk management, and they made 900 pips, right? If you're getting 900 pips at 10 cents a pip, because that's what your risk management allows with that $100, you only made $90. You really gonna pay somebody 30% of $90 for that week, which is $27? You really think somebody gonna do that? Nobody's gonna do that. Okay. So with that being said, what I recommend is looking for people who will trade smaller amounts for you because they trade their own account already. Okay. And you're like, what do you mean? I'm about to make it very simple for you. So people that trade themselves full time, right? They're already making money full time. So to trade for somebody, it's not like you just hire a trader from LinkedIn or Craigslist. You just hire a signal inserter for off of Craigslist or LinkedIn, and they're not already trading their own money. They're only making what they make off of your account. You got to be careful with that because you got to make sure you can provide for them initially, to make them stay. And then if somebody only starts with $100, they're gonna take you serious anyway. You know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is find people who already trade for themselves, because when you trade for two people or you traded two accounts at one time, it's nothing because all you do is you already logged into your account as a full-time trader. You put your trade in and then you log out and you log into the person that you're trading for's account. You put in the same trade and you log out and that's it. It ain't shit. And then once you hit a certain amount, you can slide them a percentage and call it a day. There are people out there that will do that for you because they like to show off. They like to help. So this is the group that I recommend you go in to find traders. Okay, don't go on Instagram looking for traders. Okay, unless you just want to take that risk, because 9 times out of 10, you just have a better chance of finding people on here, on this group, because most of the people that are on Instagram are scam artists, and they're just going to try to take your money. And now that you know how to make sure they don't take your money, you're not even going to do it. So this group is full of legitimate traders. All right. So it's called Consistent Forex Pip. It's a closed group, so you're gonna have to wait for approval. But I'm just showing you what it looks like on the inside now. This guy, his name is Bruce, that owns the group, and Bruce. Oh, there's Marcus. Let's see. So essentially, this is not just a group of people sharing information. This man is marketing his services. So, my name is Bruce Webb. I'm the admin and creator of this group. I personally coach people who take Forex seriously. I make it very simple so people can catch consistent pips all throughout the day trading alone, not having to rely on someone's signals. Your journey to becoming, well, this is before he started. He just started his signal service. But not only that, he does offer training at a very reasonable price, and it's very easy and it's very profitable. I really recommend him. Um, your journey to become a successful, profitable trader starts today. All right, so you're gonna go in this group to find trader. Oh, excuse me, it's late. As y'all can see, it's 9 o'clock, and I'm a busy person. But I'm doing this. I want to give this information out to a lot of people that I've been talking to, and a lot of people that I will be talking to. So, where is it at? What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm looking for, because what he does sometimes is he'll be like, you see, where are all the Forex traders at? Comment pips. He did this in July. So now you have a whole list of Forex traders. Pips, 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 pips. So you're going to hit him up. I'll probably hit him up. Watch this. See? Oh, he was hitting me up about, that's so funny. He hit me up about, about training, psychic training. Nonetheless, look, this was it. Hello. Yes, I'm a trader, and you? Wait, that I don't even know. Say yes. Okay. Do you trade full time? This is what you're going to ask these traders. Do not get a trader that trades part time. They're trading part time because they're not good enough to trade full time. Whether they haven't, because like your emotional discipline, your or lack thereof, can make you a bad trader. Period. Or not so good. So don't. It's not that they aren't doing things right on a non-emotional level. On a technical level, they may be doing everything right, but they just don't believe in themselves enough to perform well. So don't risk it. So you do trade full time. Do you know? Okay. Well, do you know of anyone that on Facebook that does? Yeah. What's their name? Ryan with Andy. Blah blah blah. Thank you so much. Okay. So eventually, you will find a trader that trades full time. And then what you could also do, I'm gonna show you another post actually first. Um, where he at? Where is his post at? Do 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 do. Where is the post at? If you trade Forex and probably just did this on the 10th of December. If you trade Forex and proud, come and trade. Look, all these traders you can hit up. You know what I'm saying? Look, all these traders. Instead of going on Instagram, all these phony traders that are trying to take your money, these are just legitimate people who are part of a group. You know, that's it. Hey, oopsie. Same type. Do you trade full time? See? There you go. Boom. You'll find somebody. Say I got $100 and I'm trying to grow my account and I'm looking for somebody to trade for me for 30% of the profits. The next thing you're going to ask them is how many pips they average a week. It's up to you whether how much you're willing to work with. Like for example, a lot of people, like one dude, he promised me about 400 pips a week, but he ended up losing me money in like the first 3 days. Like he didn't make me any money. You know what I'm saying? Let's see where he at anyway. I'm not gonna call him out. So don't believe the hype a lot of times. Like if somebody is real upfront with you and be like, I make 200 pips a week, live with that, okay? Because this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna keep your job, okay? Keep your job, and as you make money, add this money that you make to the account. So while he's trading $100, getting because $100, if you have $100 in your account and he got 200 pips for that week, that's only $20 using one. If you use, you're like houseway. If you use 1% risk management of $100, which is $1, 1% of 100 is $1. $1 is only going to get you 10 cents per pip. 10 cents times 100 is 20. 200 is $20, right? So now you have 120. It's not until the account goes to 200 to where that 200 will allow you to trade more because your 1% increases, which would be 20 cents. So 20 cents per pip is 200. 20 cents per pip times 200 is $40. So, you see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, it's going to take a minute for your account to grow if you're only relying on a $100 account. So, you can either do one or two things. You can start off with 500, save up your money, start off with 500, kind of just study Forex while you save up, talk to people, learn from people, but don't believe the hype. Just really don't believe the hype. And join this group, or you can start off with signals and kind of like, oh, that's another thing I was gonna say. So before I go to that point, I'll say this: like, let's say you start off on 100, and you get paid every 2 weeks or whatever. After your bills, you got 200 left over. Put 50 aside. Add 50 to the account. Add 100 to the account. So the account can grow sooner. You know what I mean? Because the more money you put in the account, the more money you can make. Within the same time frame as when you had less money in the account. So with that being said, let me make sure it's still recording. We're still recording, right? All right. So with that being said, once it gets to 1,000, you don't need nobody else. You don't need a full-time trader no more. You can buy the signal services. You can go on LinkedIn or Craigslist or Facebook, and you can hire somebody to do it. Okay. Because remember that example. If trade profit made if trade profit made 1,000 pips that week, the first week you would have made $1,000. You would have given the person $30 or 30%, which is 300. Or you could pay them bi-weekly. You see what I'm saying? Because by like normal jobs do. Because by the next week you will have made $200, right? 2,000. You will have had $2,000. So by that second week, let's say hypothetically, you made 1,000 pips again. Well, since you had $2,000 in your account, 1% of 2,000 is $2. $2. I'm sorry. 1% of 2,000 is $20. $20 is going to get you $2 per pip. If you made why is it doing? I hate when computers calculators do that. If you made $2 per pip and you made 1,000 pips that next week, you made $2,000, right? So in 2 weeks you totaled $3,000, right? $3,000 times 30% is $900. So they made $450 a week for those first 2 weeks. So you divide 900 times a full-time week load, well, for 2 weeks, which is 80 hours a week. I'm sorry, which is 80 hours a week. Then they made $11.25. You can't beat that. And remember, this is just the first 2 weeks. So now you have $4,000 on the third week because you started off with 1,000. You made 3,000. So now you have 4,000. All right. 4%, 1% of 4,000 is $40. $40 is going to get you $4 per pip. You made a whopping 1,000 pips again the third week. Now you made $4,000. Okay. So not only did you make for 3 weeks, not only in 3 weeks did you make not only in 3 weeks do you now have 70 or $7,000 for that third week. Just that third week alone, your 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 employee is going from 900, is going from 450 a week on average. You know, when you average out those first 2 weeks that you paid him. For that second week, I'm sorry, for that third week, now he's making 900. So that as your account grows, his account grows, y'all both getting rich together. You see what I'm saying? And so what I recommend you do is you get serious with it. At some point, start your own company. You have what's called a family business, family office. I wish I could find the website. I know it's here somewhere. But nonetheless, a family office is a company that invests for you specifically. Only they invest for you, your family members, and your employees. You know, they don't have to trade for all of them. It's not like this one person is going to split it between all your family. That's what I'm saying. But that's the limit that it goes with family office. So this person, if they weren't trading for you as a family office, they would need a license. I'm dropping some rules. Like, pay attention, y'all, please. So, if I traded for y'all, right, signals or not, and I wasn't your employee, I would have to have a license to do that for you, which costs training, fees, all the stuff. It's not even that deep, you know. I know a signal provider that does that. He has his license, but he didn't need it. He's only providing signals. He's not trading for people. Nonetheless, you know, there's legitimate people out there that do forex and that have an investor's license. But these people that you're gonna find, this person or these people that you're gonna find, because I know me, once I make money, like 3 of them doing, I'm gonna open me up an office, 8 to 5. If this trade profit is actually 9 to 5, 8 to 5 or 9 to 5. If this company, /trade profits. Don't do that. Didn't tell you to do that. /trade. This company trades, 8 to 5, 9 to 5. I'm gonna give people full-time jobs, and I'm gonna have like 3. And when I say this, I'm saying hypothetically because I'm not there yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do exactly. But I'm just saying for you, like I was y'all, and my account went up to like $10,000 or whatever. I'm gonna get me another trader. I'm gonna get him in the $1,000 account. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have 2 people working for me. I'll be honest with you, you don't necessarily need to do that, because if you gave that first person the $1,000 and you kept it in there, you would have made this, like you're gonna make the same amount of money from one trade as you make for 2. But if you're the type that wants to create opportunities for people, or you don't want all the money in one person's hands, you want to like split the wealth and share the wealth. Because what tends to happen is if they start making so much money, they start making $100,000 in a week or in a month or 2 weeks, they're gonna quit and they're gonna trade their own money. You see what I'm saying? So what you want to do is you want to empower them to be able, while they're working for you, like I said, a family office trades for the owner, the owner's family, and the employee. So you can have this one trader, you can have him trading your account, you can have him trading his own account, you can have him trading your family's account, and then you know what I mean. So he'll stay, longer, but typically you don't want to keep them there too long. Let them spread their wings and then find somebody else. It's a revolving door. Let it be a revolving door. And you have some people that ain't gonna want to go nowhere. They just gonna love their job. They gonna love the atmosphere, and they're gonna want to stay. Whatever, you probably want to have 21 Savage playing in the speakers and whatnot, and bringing pizza every day for lunch. So it's gonna be such a fun environment, like a Google office, and they probably ain't gonna want to leave. But nonetheless, you know, my point is that this having one person trade for you is gonna make you the same amount of money if you're compounding as two people trading for you. So, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Just think about it for a minute. I don't want to explain too much more because I gave you all a lot of information. But if it didn't make sense, just rewind and try to let that sink in based on what I taught you. Because remember, the more money you have in your account, the more money you can make. So if I have $3,000 in my account, I'm gonna make $3 per pip. If I have two traders and I take 1,000 out of that 3,000, I give it to the second trader. That second trader is gonna get $1 per pip, and then the first trader is gonna get $2 per pip. It's the same thing. It's $3 per pip. You're just spreading the money, the fee out. You're just giving the fee to multiple people, which is great. So yeah, like look into starting your own business, LLC, corporation, partnership, whatever. Put these people on payroll or as independent contractors, and do it legitimately. You can work from home. You can start your own office. People do it all the time. Like, I wish I had the name of this guy. Hold on. What is this guy's name? Forex Millionaires. Let me see. I'll go to his website and everything. Can you really become a millionaire from trading Forex? I don't even think it was a million. This dude made $1 billion. Hold on. Billionaire. Let's see. Oh, send us your ID number. You see that? Ain't that some bull? That's so sad. How to become a millionaire in 1 year through Forex trading. I thought they were gonna get the names of people. There's a website. Maybe it's this top 5 secret. Oh, I was saying top 5 billionaire traders. I'm gonna find this for y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm just kind of let this marinate while I'm looking. I'm gonna find them. There it goes. There he is. 0.72 asset management. I think this is him. Yep, this is him. So look, I'm about to just keep it real with y'all. And this is a billionaire. Let's go back real quick. Okay, numero uno on today's list is Stephen Cohen, who netted an incredible $1.3 billion in earnings for 2014. Cohen is the chairman and chief executive officer of Point72 Asset Management, which is where he converted his investment operations. Okay, right? So, it says Point72 manages the assets of its founder. So that's like me. I having a company that manages the assets of me. It's not we're gonna manage your assets. No. Because think about it, you make more money when somebody is trading for you as opposed to when you're trading for somebody else. If that's your calling, do it. But we're just talking about solely the potential with Forex, okay? So and I'll explain, you're probably wondering how, okay? Because if you're trading for somebody, you're only gonna get being fair, you're gonna get 30% of whatever you trade for them, as opposed to somebody trading for you and you keeping 70%. You see what I'm saying? We invest in a wide range of asset classes through business point asset management. Okay, so Point 72 manages the assets of its founder, Stephen A. Cohen, and certain eligible employees. You know what I'm saying? So then you could let you could trade for the janitor, you could trade for the secretary, you could trade for the uh for the manager, you could trade. You know what I mean? Keep it simple. And then it says here in the corner, you might not see it, but it says Point Asset Management is a family office and as such is not required to register as an investment advisor with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. You see what I'm saying? They don't need a license because they're a family office, because they're not trading for outsiders. Point 72 Asset Management does not seek, solicit, or accept investors that are not eligible family clients as defined in the rules promulgated under the U.S. Investment Advisors Act as amendment. I think that's how I found the I think that's because there's an official government website that explains exactly what I'm talking about. I think this is it right here. Yep. So I'm gonna make this this is it, right? No, this isn't it. This isn't it. Here it goes. Here it goes. So this website right here, which I'm going to put in the description, it gives you the proof that you need. .gov. You see what I'm saying? To know you're not going to go to jail or lose all your money or have your account closed down because the person doesn't have a license. Because according to this act, as long as that person is an eligible person of your family office, which is an employee, your family members, and it extends a little further depending on like let me see. Let me see. Hmm. Is this it? Let's see. This might not be it. Hold on. Non-profit. Sorry, this ain't it either. Because they say that Macs show up different results than Windows computers, and this is a Mac, so I found it on the Windows. Nonetheless, you know what I'm going to look up? Family Office. There it goes. This is the third time I said that. There it goes. Okay, this is it. This is it. This is definitely it. So, which family members and employees can the family office advise under the circulation, meaning it trade for? Which family members and employees can the family office advise under the exclusion? Under the exclusion, you know, under the exclusion of not needing a license. So this company can trade for family members, key employees, executive officers, directors, trustees, general partners, persons servicing in a similar capacity for the office or its affiliated family office, any other employee of the family office, any other, you see what I'm saying? Any other employee of the family office or its affiliated family office who, okay, who, in connection with his or her regular duties, has participated in the investment activities of the family office or affiliated family office or similar functions or duties for another company for at least 12 months. Who, in connection with her regular duties, has participated in investment activities. So let's say, for example, you have, in this case right here, let's say, for example, you have a secretary who, and that's what they're saying, in connection with his or her regular duties. Let's say the secretary participated in the investment activities of the family office. They monitor the investors. You see what I'm saying? They learn from them. They had some type of interaction with it, they qualify to be traded for without that trader trading for them in your company needing a license. Other family clients are also people that you can trade for. Other family clients generally include any nonprofit or charitable organization. You can trade for the whole organization funded exclusively by family clients. So this has to be a nonprofit organization that you that is solely funded by clients of the family. So it's like it's like by clients of, by clients, by family clients. Family clients include you, your family, and your employees, eligible employees. So if everybody in your company is contributing 5% of their income, of their paycheck to this organization, you can trade for that organization without needing a license. Any estate or family member, any estate any estate of a family member. So if your family member has an estate, you can trade for that estate. Former family member, anybody that got divorced. Oh, is that wait? Okay, I'm sorry. So it says any estate of a family member, former family member, key employee, or subject to certain conditions, a former key employee. Okay. So basically you can trade for the estates of family members, former family members, key employees' estates, or subject to certain conditions, former key employee. So if somebody was no longer working for you and they have an estate, you can still trade for them without needing a license. Certain family client trusts. So trust accounts you can trade for. Any company wholly owned and operated for the sole benefit of family clients. Okay. Now you may think, oh, so I can only trade for my family's trust and estate? No. Look, which family members and employees can the family office advise under the exclusion? So you have other family clients. So the estate will be a client. The same way you can have a company as a client, like, or an account. You have a company account for that company that you do whatever you do with them. So at the top, though, it says family members. So family members include all lineal descendants, including by adoption, stepchildren, foster children, and in some cases by legal guardianship. Okay. So family members include all lineal descendants of a common ancestor who is no more than 10 generations removed from the youngest generation of family member, and such lineal descendants, spouses, or spousal equivalents. So if you have a cousin who has a husband, you can trade for the husband as well. See? Isn't this amazing, guys? So you can not only help yourself, you can give people, you can hire your family. Crap. You can trade for your family. You can. So while you have one employee who's trading for nothing but your family members, there's another trader who's trading for nothing but employees. And he's making 30%. Every person that you hire is making 30% of whatever they trade. You can't beat that. Cannot beat that. That's why this dude made you me that. I like doing bad singing. That's why the dude made 1.3 million. See what I'm saying? Because he's giving back and he's making, and it's the law of giving is just blessing him. So, that generally wraps this up. I think I've covered enough here. So if you need any questions, I'm just going to give you a quick example. You got $1,000. 1% of $1,000 is $10. $10 is going to get you $1 per lot. You make 900 pips for the week. 900 times 1, 900 for the week. Now you got 1900. Now you can trade. What is it? $19. $19 is going to get you $1.90 per pip. $1.90. You made 900 pips again. No, I'm even more realistic. You made 1,000 pips again. This way you get to see how they get that week, right? Because you don't really make the same amount each week. But you just make around the same amount with these signal companies. So 1.9 times 1,000 is 1,900. So you have 1,900. So the first week you made 900. Second week you made 1,900. This is called compounding. When you trade more because you have more, when you increase the amount that you trade with every week, every month, that's called compounding, and it grows your account exponentially. Okay? So you have 1,900 times plus 1,900, which is 3,800. I'm sorry. So your account grows exponentially because again, you started with 1,000. First week you made 900. Second week you made 1,900. Now, this can be you. Second week you made, what is it doing? So 1% of 3,800, $3.80. Next week made, going back down, you made 9, made $8.50, right? They made 32,000, 3,200. 3,200 plus 38, 7,000. So, yes, your account will grow exponentially on average. It may not grow exponentially every week, but when you total out how much you made, how much you earned in a month, from month to month, as long as you are compounding and as long as the average amount of pips each week is the same, meaning it goes back from 800 to 1,000, maybe 1 week to 3,000, back down to 1,000, as long as it stays in the 600 to 3,000 range, over time your account is exponentially growing. Okay, this is Forex. So I want to play a song. I want to just play some music with you guys because